I'm Scorpio Mars here with the cast of Carrie, and let's get right into it with an icebreaker. What would you do with your telekinetic powers if you had them?
Oh my gosh.
I'd bring my friends closer to me.
Oh my god. That is so adorbs.
I don't know. I'd probably find a way to take my dog everywhere and hide her in things. I don't know if I could like lift her. I want her to know what it's like to fly.
I retweet.
Could I telekinesis myself and fly?
Yeah.
Does it work like that?
Sure.
Great.
In your world.
I'm gonna fly. Okay.
Yes, I'm just saying. There are no rules to telekinesis. You can do anything you want.
I would fly, and my people would all fly.
I'd fly like a loon. I would fly too. Like a bird in the sky, looning over the sky.
Love that. Well, off of your incredibly sweet response, what would you all say about the impact of a single act of kindness amidst grief? So, I mean, friends are a wonderful thing to have that support system, keep them close. Any random person can have an act of kindness. So, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I have, I do conventions a lot. I know the impact that people that can have on a person, especially somebody on that side struggling.
It's a pivotal part of Carrie's storyline. And so, going into this adaptation, I think it's something that is seen, but, maybe wasn't always talked about. So just wanted to see what you guys felt as you went through in your characters.
Yeah, and I just think, just to follow suit on that, I think that Mike's done an incredible job sort of laying out the power of kindness and versus the choice of being cruel.
Yes.
And I think that if that you're interested in that storyline, it's certainly highlighted in Mike Flanagan's Carrie.
Yeah.
I think that was really well said. I really like the theme of kindness in the show, and one thing that I would say is kindness doesn't have to be like a huge gesture. I think that sometimes for me, the most impactful moments of kindness have been like being included in a conversation or just like complimenting someone, or so you never know what someone's going through, and that can like be the difference between a good day and a bad day. Yeah, just like
Could be the difference in their life.
Yeah.
Something for Sue, her entire arc centers around experiencing kindness for the first time, and I think just like what you're saying, just from Carrie being pure and being kind and showing up as someone who just embodies that, that alone affects my character and sort of unravels everything that I've thought to be true. And so just from being a kind person and choosing kindness every day, like Carrie does, that was enough to kind of turn up an 8-episode show. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Do you want to add?
Really appreciate this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the journey of all the characters, right? That's really the journey of Carrie, but that's also the journey of kind of all the characters on the show. And I think it's not just what do acts of kindness do and what are their impact, but it's also what is the absence of that and what is the impact of the absence of kindness, or even the opposite of sort of a thank you.
Thank you so much. You parlayed my next question phenomenally. So what advice do you have for teenagers facing high school through the age of social media? Because I mean, that right there does still tie in. I mean, there's a lot that goes in with the fear of that. So
I remember, I think it's so hard to give advice, right? Because it's like you can be empathetic, but you might not necessarily like directly understand a situation. But I do think, I remember something I used to think about in high school when I would be really upset about something. I would always think, is this going to matter in like 40 years from now? And I think that's a good one. And obviously that's like difficult now because like that is social media, but it's also like, even though it's such a vacuum and even though things feel so big in the moment, there is like a bigger world and you always can start new. Like you always can start something over again, or like there's always going to be, just for every bad thing, there's like 1,000 good things, whatever that is, if that's a person or an act or whatever.
I was going to say, especially, I needed to hear this, but the idea of protecting yourself first and not necessarily like coming from a place of protecting your sparkle. And when you're a kid and when you're growing up, like things feel pretty sensitive and innocent and like joyful, and protecting that first versus your place in the crowd. And I think in social media, there's so much pressure that you're going to be seen, you're going to be watched, you're going to be judged, and to be so aware of that, I think that dims a lot of what makes us who we are, because we're like so actively aware of how we're being perceived.
Yes.
So yeah, same thing with like 40 years from now, you still have that sparkle and that's yours.
Yeah.
So protecting that first.
Absolutely. That's wonderful.
I just to speak more to what you guys have said, I think it would be really scary to be a teenager today with social media and the pressure to project an identity. And I think what I would say to teenagers today is that it's so much more important to have an identity outside of social media and to have friendships that are like in person and to lean on those people. And I think there are a lot of great things about social media, but I also think that it can be really a dark place as well. And just, put the phone down and like have a conversation in person. And if you're having a hard time, don't isolate more, like lean on the community and your friends as well.
Yeah, absolutely, because social media can feel like you're trying to find community, but in turn it can still be isolating, so finding that in person.
Yeah,
connection.
it's a lot of times it's a one-way transaction. Social media is like,
it is.
nothing comes back.
Well, it's an echo chamber.
Yeah, you put a
Before you
time and energy
purchase.
into social media and you actually get nothing back. I mean, listen, I have 3 kids that have gone through high school and have had every different iteration of bullying or, feeling secluded or, the one thing I always say is expand beyond this moment, right? And continue to build confidence around the things that you love. Find the shit you love and go do that.
Yeah, spend
Right.
your time there.
Yeah, yes, of course you can.
There was something that Sienna told me really early on in shooting, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but you put it so beautifully, it stuck with me. You said to experience more than be experienced. And I just, I thought that was such a beautiful way to put it.
Confucius.
Yeah.
I
Stitch that on a pillow.
That was you.
Yeah. No, talk about a single act of kindness right there. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been wonderful support for one another going through the show. I can't wait to see it. I love the story, and thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate your thoughtful answers.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, guys.